My name is Carlos Lopez, and I'm here at the Bethesda event. It's top secret, somewhere in, I don't know, we don't want to say it, right? We'll keep it top secret.
We'll take it to the grave.
Okay, cool. And I'm here with Richard, creative director of everything BRINK, everything awesome about it. So tell me a little bit about the game.
Well, sure. Okay, well, let's start with the story.
Cool.
BRINK is basically set on this floating city called the Ark. It was a prototype for like a perfect green future where you have like renewable resources, you know, like infinite energy, all that stuff. It was actually working, but unfortunately, it didn't come along quick enough, and you pretty much overnight had that threat of world, sea levels rising.
Okay.
Yeah, that happened. Hundreds of thousands of people all over the world were, dehomed by this. They were suddenly refugees, and a lot of them came to the Ark looking for a place to stay. And the Ark opened its doors, let everybody in. Now the game starts about 30 years after that, when the Ark is completely out of resources. All the technology is breaking down. People are starving, people are sick, and the whole place is on the brink. Get it? Brink. I can't tell you how many times I've made that joke over the last 2 years, but a brink of an all-out civil war, and that's where you come in. But now what's really cool about it is, while it is multiplayer, you don't have to play that way. That's totally cool. You'll start playing BRINK. You'll pick a side in this conflict. You'll go through a series of objectives or a series of missions. You'll level up, all the stuff you would expect. But every time you start a new mission, there's that menu that's always beckoning you, hey, maybe you want to try the next mission online. You don't have to.
Cool.
We're never going to make you do it. But in the middle of your single-player mission, you can decide, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go online for my next mission. Unlike most shooters where, you've played through the single-player campaign, you've kicked its ass, you know exactly what you're doing, you are on top of the world, you go online, and you find out that you are not as good as you thought you did. People who've been playing for hundreds of thousands of hours will just completely crush you into the dirt. Here, when you go online, you'll find that I know how to play this game.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of good at it. Yeah, maybe I'm not the best actual guy at aiming and shooting, because there's guys who've devoted their lives to it. But I can still be a valuable member of the team. I can be the guy, if I'm not on the front line, I'm getting all the kills, I'm running around on the sidelines, I'm supporting my team, I'm doing alternate objectives. There's just so much for the game that ensures that everybody is having a good time, that once you get hooked, we think it's going to be very, very hard for players to go back to their old single-player ways.
Definitely. I was checking it out that the team working in teams actually rewards you on experience points, correct? It rewards you more than being the Rambo guy.
See, that's the thing. Experience points in a first-person shooter are nothing new. Obviously, people have been doing them for a while. But the weird thing is, every game always does it where you get all your experience, or the majority of your experience, for just racking up kills. And we're like, you know what? Racking up kills is just fun. It's kind of why players are here. We don't have to reward them for that. They're going to do it anyway. Correct. Everybody's trying to do that. So we figured, let's actually reward players for being good teammates.
Correct.
So, as a concrete example, you could rack up, 10 kills in a row, and you're really on a killing streak. That's going to get you 100 experience points, 10 per. Great. 100 experience points. Yay, you're on your way to making level 16. Instead of getting those 10 kills, if you're a soldier and you hand ammunition to me because I'm almost out of ammo, you're going to get 200, 300 experience points. Just for that one action. And that's the kind of team play. That's the kind of player behavior we want to reward. So that's why we give all our big XP bonuses for helping other players, for completing the objectives, for doing whatever it takes to make sure everybody on the team is having a good time.
Okay, sure.
Everybody's an individual level. We are levels 1 to 20, but that's broken down into ranks.
Gotcha.
So rank 1 is everybody up to level 4. When you hit level 5, you've gone into rank 2. When you're in rank 1, you will play with a lot of other rank 1 players. And here's what's really, really cool. So you're going from level 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're leveling up. You kind of get into the rhythm, you understand, you kind of get used to seeing all the tricks all the different classes can do, how they put down landmines and how they can throw Molotovs at you, and you kind of figure you know the score. Then you hit level 5, which means you're in rank 2. Now all of a sudden you'll be playing online with other rank 2 players. And suddenly you'll find they're doing a ton of new stuff, throwing all kinds of new abilities at you. Turrets, you're seeing those for the first time. You're seeing people modifying command posts with lots of special abilities. And it's like it's a whole new game almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then you hit level 10 and you're rank 3, and a bunch more stuff comes up. So as you're leveling up, it's constantly keeping the game fresh. And we hope that, well, first of all, again, we don't make players spend thousands of hours to to hit the level cap. So by the time they hit the level cap, and we have like 58 abilities in the game, and so that means you can get about 20 of them as you work your way up in level 20.
Wow, okay.
You know, hopefully players are going to want to roll a second character and keep going, and they're not going to be demoralized because, oh crap, it took me forever to get this guy, I can't start a new guy. No, we want you to start a new guy, which is why we make the leveling pretty fast. You know, a lot of people ask, I mean, what different game modes do you have?
Yeah.
We just have the one. We have our game, you know, the objective-driven multiplayer mission system. These missions are comprised of tons of different type of gameplay. So I mean, you could be in one mission and it really feels like a straight up team deathmatch. There's a real focus of, you know, like in your face, you know, like a meat grinder or lots of stuff. And then you go to the next mission and it's like, it's almost none of that at all, and it feels much more like a traditional capture the flag. Probably the level that you played at E3 last year. You know, these levels you were playing today have a really strong escort feel. So it's not so much about, you know, how many different modes you have. It's really about how many different ways do you use these gameplay in all your different levels that we do? Because every level is completely fresh and different. They're all in completely different environments. You played 2 levels today. I think Container City and Sec Tower, right? And they were radically different. I mean,
totally different.
But still, even though the gameplay experience was different, the game you were playing itself has a really nice sense of continuity. I mean, once you learn just a couple of basics, you can jump right in there and do all these really complex, you know, missions and objectives. And I mean, I think if you found that to be the case, then hopefully we're doing a good job of that.
It was pretty awesome. I felt like it was kind of fresh and it was kind of escorting, and everyone has to really work on the team and everything. So, for all our fans out there, what can you tell them why they should buy BRINK?
After BRINK, I can't play single player games anymore. There's so much more meaning to actually sharing an experience with somebody else. I think once players get that, it's very, very hard to go back to playing what is really, at its heart, a very elaborate form of solitaire. You know, my boss, Paul Wedgwood, you know, the CEO of Splash Damage, he met his wife through online competitive gaming. You know, I mean, that multiplayer, that I'm working on a game where somebody could potentially, because of the experience they have, meet their soulmate. It just, you know, it elevates it beyond just what you think of as a traditional video game. And I think that's what makes BRINK so special. That it makes that available to everybody, not just the hardcore.
I feel like I'm going to pick it up for sure first day it comes out, Richard. That's an awesome game. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you in the next video.